welcome to our final Nature Apps Explored from Monk Botanical Gardens. My name is Elise. I am the education coordinator for the gardens. So this is our last one, and our last app is called SkyView Light. And SkyView Light is best used at night because it's all about looking at the stars and all of the cool stuff that you can see in the sky. So SkyView Light can be used on Apple or Android. It's free, just like all of our other apps. There are fees if you want to buy other things or expand it in any way, that kind of thing. But the basic version is free and it does lots of cool stuff. It does need your location and access to your camera in order to work. And then it doesn't collect data though, so it's safe for all ages to use. So SkyView Light. SkyView, one word, Light, L-I-T-E. There is another version that is a paid version, so this one's called Light. And SkyView Light, really cool for checking out what's above you in the sky, especially if you're out through the summer, you know, out at night doing a bonfire, camping, something like that. You can check out the sky and learn more about what's out there so far away. And it'll tell you where it is, the name of it, all sorts of different things, and we'll dive into that when we start checking out the app. So I hope SkyView Light is a good addition to your nature app toolkit, and we'll get into it and check out the app. When you start up SkyView Light, it will take you through a few kind of welcome screens, a couple how-to things, and then this is the main screen that you're going to see. So you're going to be looking through your camera at whatever's around you. So you could be looking at the ground like I am now, or you could be looking at the sky. And if you look pretty carefully, it's hard to tell since I'm in the grass here, but there's a whole bunch of little dots in here that aren't actually part of my grass. And if I tap around, if I try to find one, oh, there we go. So if I look up here, there's a white dot, and then a whole bunch of information shows up at the bottom. So it's showing you all of the things in the sky around you, even if when you're looking at the ground, it's actually in the sky that's below us all the way through the earth, if that makes sense. And if you tap on things that you see, tap on features, it'll give you information at the bottom. So this one's called Alphard star in Hydra, and then it tells you some history about the name. And if you want to find out more about that star, then you'll hit the little eye and it'll tell you even more. And there's lots of information and even a link to its Wikipedia page if you want to know even more. So lots of stuff there. So it'll show you stars, planets, constellations, satellites. So we can tap on this satellite. Oh, that is the Hubble Space Telescope. So not part of the sky that we can see right now, but you can see where it is if you were to look all the way through the earth. I know that's kind of funny to think about. And then there's even more. So there's a star there, a star there. They are all over the place. And if you were to take your phone or your device, whatever you're using, and point it towards the sky, then you would get to see what's in your sky above you. So it shows you all of the features here. And then if you want to make this little bar go away at the bottom, there's a little X in the corner. Just tap that and it'll, there we go away. Cool. And then other things you'll find on this main screen is the little menu up here. So in that little menu, it'll make this show up at the bottom. And when you first start using the app, it's going to have some background music. And the background music can be fun, or if you don't like it, you can go ahead and turn it off here. So I had already turned it off so it wouldn't be interfering with me telling you about it. So the music is here. There's also a night mode, so if you're using it at night, you don't want your phone being so bright, you can put it in night mode. It turns everything red, so it looks kind of funny during the day, but at night it makes it a lot easier to look at. You can use this, the augmented reality camera, so instead of seeing the grass below me, you're seeing what the sky would look like if we were looking at the sky below me. You can use the camera button here to take a picture, and then you can save it, send it, all sorts of options there. And then down at the bottom, you've got some options too. You can go to the store for the app and buy some stuff if you want to expand the app. The little wrench here takes you to even more settings if you want to get more detailed with your settings with the display, music, location, date and time. Bring that back. And then it's really important that this app knows what day and time it is in order to accurately show you what's in the sky around you, because it changes every day, every minute, all the time. So it really needs to know what time it is. And when you first start the app, it'll ask you that. And then if for some reason you ever need to change it or you want to see what's coming up, that kind of thing, you can do that here. And then you can also, calibration is also important for using this app, because if your phone isn't calibrated with the app to your location, all of those things, then it can throw off what the app thinks you're seeing and what you're actually seeing. So you can have it auto calibrate, which is the default, or you can do it manually, and leaving it on auto should work just fine. And then this button here, the sky object trajectories, so this really cool shaped button here, that'll show you which, if things are moving through the sky, it'll show you where they're going with a little trajectory line. So you can turn that on or off if you like seeing that. And then lastly, in the middle here, there's a couple bars you can move around. So one for stars, and it'll change the size of the stars that you're seeing, so it makes them easier or harder to see. So usually that's turned all the way up because stars are pretty small, so you want those turned up. And then there's planets too, so you can turn those up or down, make them smaller or bigger. Leaving them both over in this side nice and big is nice, because then it's hard to miss any. So that's your basic menu functions for this app. You're also going to find this search up here, which is pretty cool. So search lets you look for things in the sky based on solar system stars, constellations, satellites, galaxies, other objects, and you can even download more objects in order to be able to find them. So if you want to take a look at, we'll just look at stars, for example, and it'll want to know if you want to look at stars or star clusters, and we're going to go, well, let's do star clusters. And then you'll see there's three options. There's all, above horizon, below horizon. So above horizon are the ones that you can see in your area right now. Below horizon, you can't see those. They're below your horizon, so they're not visible to you. And if they're below horizon, in this list, they're going to be kind of grayed out. And then if they're above horizon, they will be white and easier to see. So if you tab over to those, it'll show you just the ones that are white in this list, so the above horizon ones, or just the ones that are gray in this list, the below horizon ones. And then you can see where those are, check those out, all sorts of things. So the search is really interesting if you're trying to find something specific. So if you look in the solar system, it gives you planets. And right now, you can see the sun, of course, because I'm doing this during the day. It's above the horizon. Mercury, Venus, the moon is above the horizon right now. So if you were to look at the sky right now, or if I were, then I would see the moon somewhere. And then we've got Mars, but Jupiter and Saturn, they are below the horizon for me right now. And all of this would change all the time, because remember, everything's always moving. This app works when we're actually looking at the sky. So I am actually at home. I am looking out over my garden towards the horizon, which my horizon is pretty tree covered, but the horizon nonetheless. And we'll see what the app has to show me in the sky. So as I move my camera around the sky, you can see a couple things. There's a big red line at the bottom that shows me where north is. And if I were to spin, it would show me different cardinal directions as well. There's northwest. We're gonna keep looking north. And then there's also a dot in the middle, a little ring that stays in the center. And as I move around, it highlights and magnifies the different features that I'm looking at. So every star I hover over, it makes it a little brighter so it's easier to see. And then you can also see that it is showing me constellations. So this one is Ursa Minor, so the Little Dipper, and it'll show you kind of like that neat shape around it, as well as trace the stars for you. And then as you look at the stars, if you're looking at one, let's look at one and see if I can tap on it. So there we go. We're looking at Ursa Minor there. Hold on, let's find, we're gonna tap on this star. There we go. So this star here, I tapped on it. It's called, ooh, I don't know if I can pronounce that, Adache. And it also shows you its trajectory. So it shows you where it's been, and it shows you where it will be and what time it'll be there, which is pretty neat. And as I'm looking at that one, I'm also finding another constellation here. Pretty neat. So it shows you all the constellations, and if I were to take my time and go all the way around the sky with this, I'd probably find some planets, more satellites, and it shows you lots and lots of details. Obviously, can't see the stars right now, but I know tonight if I look out this way, I'll probably see Ursa Minor out there somewhere to my north. So it can give you an idea of what to look for at night, but obviously if you're using it at night, it'd be really cool to be able to match up what's on your screen to the actual sky and learn a little bit about it along the way. So I hope you give SkyView Light a try. It's a really neat way to learn more about what's out there above us, and learn about the constellations, all of that jazz. So I hope you give it a try. Thank you for checking out Nature Apps Explored. I hope it helps you get outside and learn a little bit along the way.